Hello, everyone. This is Kevin, your entrepreneur. Boy, do I look bad today. It's definitely been a busy week. If you're in the ride sharing or e-commerce business during Christmas, this is a very busy time of the year. And we're talking about e-commerce today, specifically Amazon. This is kind of a problem with eBay as well, but it really becomes a problem on Amazon because Amazon's just so much worse about protecting their sellers. But 'tis the season to be shipping items, making sales, and getting your Amazon account suspended. Because I hate to tell you this, but the week of Christmas, that's when more Amazon accounts get suspended than any other time in the year. And it might be your fault, it might not be. Here's why though. It's because this is the time of the year where people get especially impatient. And what some people will buy stuff from you, and as always, ship it as fast as you can with delivery confirmation. If it's more than $100, I would get a signature confirmation, to protect you from scammers who claim they never got the item and really did. But you're going to get a lot of complaints that they didn't get their item, or they're going to wonder where it is. And they could not have received their item for one of three reasons. The first reason, you didn't ship it, which, that's your fault if you didn't do that. I, never, ever not ship an item. The second reason is that it got lost in the mail. Now, this happens, and it happens way more often during Christmas than any other time of the year. And people do not understand that. And they don't care. If the item gets lost in the mail, they didn't get it, and you're going to get dinged with an A to Z claim or negative feedback or both. And the third reason is that they ordered the item and it's still on the way, and they don't understand that even expedited shipping is not the guarantee it is throughout the rest of the year, because guess what? Everyone else is doing the same thing. So you have to, unfortunately, be prepared to lose your Amazon account during Christmas. Now, because people, they're just not patient. I decided to make this video because today alone, I got 5 emails for one account from people asking me where their stuff is. And it should be mentioned, most of these people bought these items in the last 3 to 4 days. A couple which did not even pay for expedited shipping, but they expected it to be there by Christmas. It's not fair. That's not how this works. But people don't care, and they will leave a negative feedback if they don't have their item by Christmas, whether they paid for expedited shipping or not. That's just how they see things. And also during this time, people are way, way, way less likely to negotiate or talk, or like, most of the time you could say, hey, I'm sorry, I'll send out another item, and you could have the other item there within a few days and they'll be happy. But in this case, no. If it shows up on Tuesday and not Sunday, which for the record, that's what Christmas Day falls on, a Sunday this year, 2016, they're not going to be happy. They just won't be. And they will leave a negative feedback. In fact, the seller gets put in a really bad position, because if there's any mistake of any kind, no amount of negotiation or butt kissing can fix it. They just will not accept any apology. You might even give them the item for free, and they will leave you negative feedback. And it just takes a few of these to get you kicked off of Amazon. Hate to say it, it's how it is. Is there really anything you can do to avoid it? Not really. I hate to tell you that, but no, not really. You're probably going to lose your Amazon seller account on Christmas. I mean, historically, I've read some scary statistics from insiders who talk to me because they know what I do, and They want people to know because there's people at Amazon Seller Central who, believe it or not, don't want you to lose your store. They don't want you to lose your livelihood. But this is the system, this is how it's set up. And they have told me in confidence that Amazon loses about roughly 10 to 15% of their third party sellers the week before and after Christmas alone. Let that sink in. That lets you know what a huge problem the Christmas season is for the third party sellers. On one hand, it's great because you are selling way more than you usually do. Way more. Like the kind of money you will make during Christmas, it's like, wow. Like, cannot believe I'm making that kind of money. But, unfortunately, that's where the complaints come in. That's where things get lost in the mail. That's when people don't seem to realize that they haven't gotten their stuff. Interestingly, I got an email yesterday from someone who said that they did not get their item. And this probably was lost in the mail because I did ship it. I do have the tracking number. And it did show some progress and it stopped somewhere. And I don't know what happened to it. I really don't. But here's the thing. They ordered this item on the 26th of November. And they were just yesterday asking me what's going on with the item. Am I going to get it by Christmas time? Well, at that point, it's too late for me to really reasonably do anything, even if I do second day shipping, which costs an arm and a leg, I want to add. It might not get there in time. So do the buyers share some of the blame for not letting you know early enough so that you can fix a problem? In theory, yes, but unfortunately in practice, it's their word against yours. If they're not happy and they leave a negative feedback or file an A to Z claim, your butt's on the line, not theirs. If there is a silver lining to all this, and it's a very, very small silver lining, but if there is a silver lining, it's that most of the time when you get suspended during Christmas, you can write an appeal letter that essentially says, where you essentially say, well, you acknowledge a problem. You say, we are sorry that there were items that did not arrive. We believe it was because they got lost in the mail or there was Christmas theft. This is what we're going to do to fix the problem in the future. And tell them stuff like you're going to get signature confirmation for every package during Christmas time and stuff like that. Emphasize that you actually sold dozens of items during Christmas that people were perfectly fine with and were delivered. Unfortunately, those people are unlikely to give you positive feedbacks, and that's a subject for another video. The feedback system on Amazon is definitely not your friend. It never was your friend, and I mean, in an ideal world, if everybody left a feedback, then the feedback system would not hurt you at all, really. But because it's an imperfect world, they're going to just leave negative feedback. If they're happy with it, they won't leave anything. If they're unhappy, they'll leave a negative feedback. It's you can tell them I'm a little stressed by it. I'm not going to be as stressed about this year because, first of all, I know how to get back on Amazon. And in fact, I might even be adopting a new strategy for e-commerce because building these stores up just to have them get suspended is a hassle. I might just do a stealth account, open it in October, upload a bunch of items for 2 months, and then wait for the profits to come in. Christmas it's great for third-party sellers. It's terrible for third-party sellers. And again, eBay, people do this on eBay too, but again, eBay doesn't flip out if you get a negative feedback here and there. They really don't. I mean, you have to get like tons, well, maybe not tons, like maybe like a dozen negative feedbacks in like a month before they really start to take action. But Amazon, you get a few. So one person already left me negative feedback today. And actually, just to kind of, although I won't show it obviously because it's still a stealth account, I don't want Amazon to read it. it's like when you look at my feedback, it looks like I'm an awful seller because it's like the last 4 feedbacks, 3 of them are negative. And yet I sold dozens of items. A couple of those negative feedbacks were from months ago. So, that shows how slow people are. But yeah, it's like I should also mention that like on this new account, I've sold like over 500 items, have 9 feedbacks. 3 of them were negative. I I'm sorry. That's not right in my opinion, but it is what it is, I guess. So if you're selling on Amazon, I hate to bring you the Christmas blues. Even if you're doing everything right, be prepared to lose your Amazon seller account on Christmas. Just be prepared. It's nothing. It might not even be. Maybe it's personal. I don't know. I don't think it's personal. I just think people don't realize that. Hey, you know what? There are real people on the other end of those accounts, and they're doing the best they can. They're not always professional. They try to be, but they're not always. And things get lost in the mail. Things get stolen in the mail during Christmas time. Things just happen, and I mean, we will try to work with you, and we know that it would be ideal if you have it by Christmas, but it's not always gonna. Especially if you let us know this late in the game, we might not be able to help you. And even though it doesn't benefit me to say this at all, if you really, really want to ensure that you have something by Christmas, go to the store and pick it up yourself. So, anyway, well, that's all I have to say about that for the time being. I'm having a pretty sucky Christmas personally. I hope you guys are having a better Christmas. I guess I'll upload this video and then go back to bed. Depression during the holidays sucks. Anyway, what do you folks think? Do you find yourself in this problem? I'd like to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. As always, flame responsibly. Merry Christmas.